What's the best ability card in Red Dead Online? This question is impossible to answer because different cards are good for different situations. So I decided to make this video reviewing all the ability cards in Red Dead Online and dividing them into three different categories, three different tiers. Low tier were gonna be cards that I don't suggest you buying because they are either bad in my opinion or they are okay but only in a limited amount of situations. Mid tier were gonna be cards that are good but can be used effectively only in a certain type of activities, for example only in PvE. And of course top tier for cards that are great in my opinion, and there are many ways of how you can use them effectively in Red Dead Online. It's gonna be two-part video because there is a lot of abilities in Red Dead Online, and in this part 1 I'm gonna review red Deadeye ability cards and green restoration ability cards. We're gonna start with abilities for Deadeye. First ability card in low or bottom tier is called A Moment to Recuperate. How it works? It simply restores you health in a cost of Deadeye bar. And it sounds good, but there is one problem. It's gonna stop working once you gonna get hit. So use of this card is very limited to fights when you hiding in a cover and shooting back, and to be honest you would rather use quite an inspiration ability card because it's not gonna stop working when you gonna get hit, and also it gonna heal all other players in your team at any range. And despite the fact that A Moment to Recuperate heals faster, I'm not sure whether you will be able to find many spots to use it effectively. Next ability card in a low tier is Slippery Bastard. Unexpected, right? It used to be a top tier card, one of the best in the game, but after a big summer update it has been nerfed. It has been reworked for PC in my opinion, and now it's no good for any purpose on a console. You're gonna be crushed in a PvP because people will kill you easily using Painted Black, and I'm not quite sure whether it's gonna work good on a PC too, because you can be killed with weapons that using scopes, and there will be many people who would use only sniper rifles on a PC. And keep in mind that Slippery Bastard is still using the most amount of Deadeye per second between all the Deadeye ability cards. I'm pretty sure that Rockstar should and would make some changes to this card, because at the moment it's total trash, no one is using it, and it's a really bad card, probably one of the worst in the game. Mid tier goes next, and Focus Fire is the first ability there. It gives bonus damage to you and to all of your team members while Deadeye is active. It's okay card for several situations, but not like the best card ever where you can use it. In a PvP, if you are not really good at shooting but you play with a team, you can use this card and give all your team members additional damage. And even if you play in solo, you can use this ability card in a free roam PvP if you mostly fighting using sniper rifles. It's gonna be a decent choice. It's not really good at PvE because you don't need this extra damage when killing bandits. It used to be a good choice for hunting, but not anymore, since after the big summer update, when you killing animals using maximum damage build, you gonna be ruining pelt and carcass quality too often. So this is a mid tier, you can buy it, there are some ways to use it effectively, but not the best card in the world. Top tier, quite an inspiration. Surprised again? But let me explain. This ability card is a great choice for PvE. By PvE I mean doing bounty hunter mission and just killing bandits, because it gonna heal you and heal you a lot. I believe that this card is probably the best choice for PvE, and doesn't matter whether you play in solo or with a team, because it also heals your party members on any range. But this card can be used in PvP as well. That's why it's in the top tier in my opinion. It's of course not as effective as some other cards, but you can use it if you're playing with a team in a free roam PvP or in some team-based showdown series, especially if you're not really good at fighting or shooting, but you want to be useful. That's why you just hide and support your team. Next one is a slow and steady. It's a great PvP choice at the moment. While your Deadeye is active, you're getting some damage reduction, and also headshots can't kill you. Unfortunately, this card is no good for other activities rather than PvP matches, but it's so strong in PvP that I'm sure that it's a top tier for Deadeye ability cards. Last and probably the best red ability card is Painted Black, of course. It's a great choice for PvP doing headshots. It's okay choice when you're playing with body damage. You can use it even in a free aim lobbies. Not as effectively as in auto aim, but still it's really effective. This card is good for killing bandits, and it's even good for hunting. It's probably the most balanced card in the game. By balanced I mean that it's equally good for different in-game activities. So if you have to choose only one Deadeye ability card because maybe you don't have enough money or you're too lazy to switch between ability cards, I suggest you to pick Painted Black. It's a great choice, solid top tier. Green or Restoration ability cards. Bottom tier, first card is Come Back Stronger. It's not even the low tier, it's like a J-Stone tier. It's a total trash, don't waste your time, end of story. Next trash card is Live for the Fight, and I'm not even gonna waste your time telling you about these ability cards because I made a big videos about this and the previous one. If you are interested, go check them, or you can just trust me, these cards are waste of money and ability card slot. And the last one in the low tier is called Ride Like the Wind, but I call it Blow Like the Wind because it blows. You know what I mean. To be honest, this card can be used in some PvE scenarios because you're gonna heal and restore stamina of your horse, but it's a waste of slot, it's rarely gonna be useful. Mid tier, the Gift of Focus. How it works? It helps other Deadeye restoration abilities such as Eye for an Eye or Kick in the Butt to restore more of Deadeye. And it's an okay card, but the problem is this card is not any good without other cards. So you won't use only this card, you have to use two ability cards, and I guess the price is too high for this extra Deadeye that you gonna restore, but this card is okay, that's why it's in a mid tier. Cold Blooded is the next card. Once you get in a kill, you restoring 20% of your health bar in the next 7 seconds. It's a good PvE card, but for PvP there is a better choice. That's why this card is only in the mid tier, not because it's bad, but because there is a better option. Next one is Iron Lung. You getting less damage depending on your stamina level and restoring stamina faster. Again, that's a good card. In fact, it's almost top tier, but there is a better choice in my opinion for managing stamina resource and getting some additional bonuses. Eye for an Eye, you restoring Deadeye bar while making a headshot. Why it's not in a top tier? Because I think there is a better card for pretty much the same purpose. Top tier, and here we have 3 different abilities for restoring health, stamina and Deadeye bar that are better than the other options. First one is Strange Medicine. Each time we are dealing damage, we're restoring some amount of health. From my tests, it's around 20%. I'm not sure whether this card is better for PvE because NPCs has less health. But on the other hand, Cold Blooded works kinda weird way. It doesn't stack with itself. So if you killing one NPC, it's gonna get active, and if you gonna kill another NPC during the 7 seconds, the effect wouldn't stack. So maybe if you're killing a lot of enemies really fast, Strange Medicine will be even more effective for PvE. Or if you're playing with a legendary bounty on a higher levels where NPCs have has more health, then probably Strange Medicine is also a better choice. But anyway, it's debatable. While in PvP, Strange Medicine is much better choice because it's gonna heal you during the fight. So in many cases you will win the fight because of this ability. So Strange Medicine is a great tool for restoring health in PvP and really good for restoring health in PvE. That's why it's a top tier. Next ability card is a great tool for managing stamina level. It's peak condition. It deals more damage depending on your stamina level, and also you gonna use less stamina when running with acceleration. And I prefer this card over Iron Lung not only because I'm more like an aggressive player, I prefer having more damage than damage reduction, but because it helps a lot to win in a melee fight, because you're gonna have higher stamina level. You see, when you're running around looking for enemies, Iron Lung won't give you anything until you gonna stop. So if you like to run around all the time, I suggest you to use peak condition, because when you gonna spot the enemy, you gonna have more stamina level and your chances of winning in a melee fight would be higher. The last ability in the top tier is a great tool to restore your Deadeye bar. In fact, I believe that that's the best green ability card at the moment. It's called Kick in the Butt and it restores you some amount of Deadeye each time you are getting damage. For example, if you're gonna be killed, you would restore 25% of Deadeye bar. And that's a lot. Playing with this card you would rarely need to drink a tonic in PvP matches. And unless you are really good at shooting and making headshots, this card would restore much more Deadeye in general than Eye for an Eye. So it's in a top tier because I can recommend this card to anyone, while Eye for an Eye I can recommend only to players who are really good at shooting. Defensive and damage abilities will be in a second part of this video, and please place a like by the way if you liked this video and maybe consider subscribing. Also please let me know what do you think about my opinion on these cards, do you agree or not with my tiers, and we can discuss this in a comment section. And as always guys, thank you for watching, до свидания.